My second question at this stage to Mr. Arun Jaitley, as we take the debate forward, is this. What about the anti-Modi campaign of the Congress party? And this goes to Jayanti Natarajan as well. You see, Snoopgate, the Gujarat riots. Essentially, Snoopgate and the Gujarat riots and the court cases. Jayanti Natarajan, does this verdict tell you, especially with the, the frequency of Narendra Modi's campaigning in these states, that these factors are not going to work and the Congress party will have to find a new tack to take on Mr. Narendra Modi? Not attack him personally and on his record in Gujarat or for the riots.
Oh, I find that actually very anomalous, Arnab, that you should talk about a personal attack, because the only thing that Mr. Modi talks about is personal attack on Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, including upon her health. I mean, he talked about Sunanda Pushkar. Please, let's not say that Congress makes a personal attack. I don't even want to dignify the various comments that Mr. Modi's made. Let me go directly to the points that you're making. This is not about...
My question was different.
Yes, I know your question was different and I'm directly about to answer your question. It's not about Snoopgate. You know, Mr. Modi, the attacks that he made are not an issue here. If Mr. Modi was a factor, why did the BJP vote share, despite the 100-odd meetings that he addressed, why did the BJP vote share decline in Delhi by 3%? You will say the Congress vote share declined much more. Yes, it did. We lost the election, anti-incumbency. We accept it. If Mr. Modi was such a game changer, why did, despite 6 meetings in Delhi, which were extensively covered by the media, and the BJP claimed the huge crowds, why did the BJP vote share decline by 3%? Please let me know how that makes into a Modi wave. Now the second issue, I would strongly contend that in Madhya Pradesh... So
you're basing it on vote share, okay, fine.
No, in Madhya Pradesh, I'm saying Shivraj Singh Chauhan campaigned on his own strength. He did not rely on Mr. Modi at all. And finally, to conclude, please let me make my last point. It is the BJP leaders themselves, including Sushma ji, spokesperson after spokesperson in the BJP, who said this is not a referendum on Modi. This is on different issues. The whole day I've been hearing that. So it's the BJP themselves.
Well, that was not my question.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
But that was not my question. You have used vote share today.
Yes.
You have used vote share, and we'll put the vote share statistics out as we get a response, final response from Mr. Arun Jaitley on this. The vote share statistics, Arun Jaitley, is that you have gone down 3 or 4% in Delhi. I don't know the exact number.
3%.
Right? I don't know. Jay, what's the situation in Chhattisgarh? As far as vote share is concerned, you're down about 2 or 3% again.
No, Chhattisgarh is very interesting. The vote shares have actually come neck and neck. The BJP is just 0.1% ahead of the Congress.
No, but how much are they behind the tally last time?
In comparison to that tally last time, the BJP has gone down by 1%. Okay. The Congress has gone up by 0.5.
Okay. Arun Jaitley, this is now micro-analysis. The simple question being put to you is, the vote shares have proven you wrong, and that tonight you should concede that with the falling vote share, Narendra Modi is not a factor, not a positive factor at all for the BJP. Your response, please, directly to the Congress party.
I think we can have a little more serious analysis than jumping from an argument to an argument. I repeat that both in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, not only our seats, our vote shares have gone up. Chhattisgarh was never a traditionally strong area historically of the BJP. Even the last 2 elections, we won by 1.5% and 1.7%. Managing to retain almost the same, a few points here or there, a 0.5% really doesn't significantly indicate. Now, any student of politics will tell you, when a new party comes in and you have a third party in Delhi which is going to share the votes, obviously it is going to take away some votes out of a total package of 100%. Now, it takes away 15% of Congress votes. It takes away 6 or 7% of the BSP votes. If it takes away 3% of the BJP votes, that's all which collectively goes into the share of the other parties. So it's not a factor that my popularity has gone up. Votes were being shared last time by 3 parties, now are being shared by 4 parties. Let's have a little deeper analysis of that. Now, we are the largest single in Delhi. We've got lesser seats than what we expected. Within a political party, we never analyze whether Vasundhara Raje or Shivraj get the credit or Modi gets the credit. from Narendra Modi to the chief ministers to the grassroots workers, everybody gets the credit as far as this victory is concerned. We don't apportion it between leaders. Parties don't function that way. Apportionment is good for a television debate, but it never happens within the party.
One minute. Okay, so Jayanti Natarajan and Arun Jaitley, I'd like to thank you both at this point on the issues of hits, issues and misses. Derek O'Brien, please stay on. I'd like to thank both of you for joining us for this part of the debate. There's the issue of corruption, there's the issue of price rise, and there's the issue of communalism. Let's pick on these three issues as we move to our next panel. Have we really addressed the key reasons why the Congress party lost, in your view? What is the key reason the Congress party has lost?
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned two issues which the Congress party miscalculated on. One was SOPs and secularism.
Yeah.
There is a third issue which I think surmounts all of the others, and that is that these results may be a comment on the top leadership of the Congress.
Top leadership of the Congress. No, we've been mentioning it.
No, 1 minute. But the problem there is that not only can nobody in the party say this, but they can't even suggest that the top leadership should behave in a different sort of way and alter its mode of conduct.
But why are you saying that we haven't discussed that? That's the principal issue.
I withdraw that.
In fact, I'd like to put this question
No, but I withdraw that. No. All I'm saying is that this is also a rejection of the top leadership of the Congress about which they can do nothing.
I just want to make one point to all our viewers. And this is going to be what we'll do is we'll divide the debate up to 10 o'clock into three issues: corruption, price rise and communalism. Do I have your agreement on that? Corruption, price rise and communalism. On the first point, I don't know if Randeep Surjewala is still with us or he's joined us live. Okay, he's joined us live. Mr. Surjewala, good evening. Are you there with us now?
Yeah, good evening, Arnab. I'm there.
Good evening. So my question which I'm going to raise first is the question of corruption. Ravi Shankar Prasad? You can smile a bit, Mr. Prasad.
No.
You're looking so angry.
No, I'm not angry at all. The only point is I don't have the stamina of Arnab Goswami. The same wavelength from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the night.
Well, what can I do? Politics is so interesting and politicians are even more interesting, Mr. Prasad. You are
yeah, now you smile, please.
And Mr. Surjewala.
Arnab, now you smile, please, a little more. Yes, that's good.
I have a big smile on my face. And I hope my next question brings one to the Congress party as well. My question to our panelists, and by the way, you're thanking me, I'd like to thank each one of our panelists who have been with us from 7 o'clock. The question is, Rahul Gandhi goes to Madhya Pradesh. What does Rahul Gandhi say? He says that the BJP government in Madhya Pradesh is a university of corruption. And what happens, Mr. Surjewala? You lose. In other words, the people of Madhya Pradesh don't believe Rahul Gandhi when he uses corruption as an electoral theme. What does the panel make of that? The Congress party is on the wrong side of the corruption debate.
Obviously, the Congress charge of corruption, and there may be justified charges against many corrupt acts by the Madhya Pradesh government, did not wash because there has been a tsunami of corruption at the center.
Precisely.
So she lost credibility.
Precisely. And the Aam Aadmi Party, let's go to that side, and the Aam Aadmi Party makes the issue of corruption the critical issue in Delhi against Sheila Dikshit. And what happens to the Aam Aadmi Party? The Aam Aadmi Party resoundingly wins.
Exactly the point that Neerja made. The credibility of the messenger, that's what matters.
That's what matters. The credibility of the messenger is not there.
Something very unusual in this election.
Yeah.
That the negative perception vis-a-vis the Congress at the centre has somehow percolated down even to a state election.
But I haven't had I agree with you, but I haven't get an honest acknowledgement that from any of our Congress party leaders. That Mr. Surjewala, please listen to me. You are on the wrong side of the corruption debate. And don't presume, Mr. Surjewala, that the corruption debate is going to disappear. It won't disappear. It will entrench itself more.
No,
Aarti.
You know, the Congress the whole day has been attributing their total decimation. You know, Arnab, this is not just a defeat, it's decimation.
I agree with you.
They've been attributing it to anti-incumbency.
Yeah.
As if anti-incumbency can result in this
You're saying they're
of
not being honest about it? The Congress is not being honest on the corruption issue?
You look at Rahul's speech and Sonia's acknowledgement, there was no mention of the issues that actually drove the Congress down. It was a generic speech.
Sankarshan, what would you say to Mr. Surjewala? Time to get honest and deal with corruption as an issue that's going to hurt you?
Well, I can say that to him, but will he?
No, but you can say what you want. That's the purpose of the conversation.
You know, most of the people who have come representing the Congress party, frankly, are not in a position to say things like they are.
Why?
Ask them.
Why aren't you?
I know it. They should admit it to it.
Now you are here in this situation.
They will not blame the
Surjewala.
leadership. They will protect the leadership. Nobody will say anything about Rahul Gandhi's leadership. Nobody will say that the party is the information systems in the party are not working. The new dispensation is not working. All these things
Are you being a little presumptuous? You don't believe Rahul Gandhi when he says that I'm going to transform everything now?
Oh, this we have said several. Every 3 months we get told that.
Abracadabra.
Every 3 months we get told that.
But
Plus he'll have to begin with himself.
Why? One sec. First of all, there's a sense of disbelief. Mr. Surjewala, are you sensing this palpable sense of disbelief? Okay, Nirja also wanted to add something. There's a palpable sense of disbelief and cynicism about the earnestness and seriousness of the Congress party. Nirja.
I think what has done them damage is insensitivity. When you raise the issue of prices, they completely negated it.
Yeah.
And ordinary people, when they say it's a global phenomenon, it's going to continue, the purchasing power of the people has been raised, and so on. It was really like adding insult to injury. And ordinary people used to say with rising prices, it's as if they want the poor to die and get out of Delhi. So that was the strength of the sentiment.
I agree with you.
So there was the insensitivity and arrogance and complacency about these issues.
Well, Mr. Surjewala, this is not me, by the way, because you think I'm a permanent cynic. We've got a couple of questions here. Yes.
Mrs. Dixit almost knew that she was losing the Delhi elections on the onion prices and was knocking at the doors of the Agriculture Ministry, which was under her own UPA government. And you know how the doors of your own ministry were slamming shut on her. So she was like an ordinary Sifarishkar. Long before she went into the Delhi fray, she knew the game was over for her.
I think we should now give Mr. Surjewala an opportunity to respond. So, Mr. Surjewala, are you worried that the issue of corruption, especially post the scams and everything else, is going to be your undoing in 2014? It's too late to do anything now?
Arnab, a lot of cynicism, please, I know I'm not going to be very popular with you today for saying this, but a lot of cynicism and negativity has also hit Congress in this election. When we say everything is wrong with the country, a country that has grown over last 9 years at 8.2% and has seen some phenomenal growth and phenomenal welfare schemes, to say everything is wrong, sometimes it does percolate down, and I do think that we were not able to communicate our message that effectively. Vis-a-vis price rise, yes, price rise has affected the prospects of parties. It was said by one of your panelists, yes, price rise did affect the party. But why do we forget that Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh alongside Maharashtra are the 3 states where most of the onion produce comes from? And how does it happen that moment the elections are over, the price of the onion goes down from 100 rupees to about 42 rupees odd? These are also facets that one needs to examine. We accept our defeat with humility. We will introspect. But it is also true that there is a lot of cynicism and a lot of negativity that prevails. In that, our message has been lost.
No, Mr. Surjewala. Mr. Surjewala, now listen to me. No, Mr. Surjewala, listen to me. By the way, you have accused the BJP of an onion conspiracy. You have accused the BJP of fixing the onion prices in a manner to help them politically.
Also the NCP.
And electorally.
Yes. Also
now you will have to get a response to this and all the other points you've raised from Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad. Yes, please, Mr. Prasad.
Well, Arnav, coming at it thus from the Congress spokesperson, it is atrocious. It is scandalous. For the last nearly 4 years, price rise is there. This government said it will come down in 100 days. I don't know how many 100 days have passed. Although the Congress needs to understand the enormity of that decimation, as Aarti rightly pointed out. Out of 589 seats under contest in this election, 4 states, the BJP has won 404, 68% success result. The Congress has won 127. Their performance is almost 22%. This enormity of loss, and why is it, if they are not able to communicate their so-called achievement, if I can call it, the same way the people are trusting Shivraj Singh Chauhan, they are trusting Raman Singh in spite of all the Naxalite issue and the killing of their leaders. Because I have campaigned extensively in all these states, one question the voters are asking, are you going to govern Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh in the same manner you are governing India? And there is no reply to them. coupled with the fact you talked about corruption, the way their leaders are trying to minimize, mock at the bodies which are raising the issue of corruption. I don't want to take the names of their leaders and their general secretaries, but you know whom I am referring to. The people get angry that leave aside taking the remedial measures, they're not even willing to acknowledge that. And lastly, it is very important, Arnav, third term in Madhya Pradesh, the BJP is getting nearly 2/3. Chhattisgarh, the same seat, nearly 49, which it had in the last election when I had the privilege to be in charge of that state. And Rajasthan, in the second term, Congress begging below 25, almost 3/4 across to a majority.
Respond to his charge that of an onion conspiracy. I think he made a very specific charge at you.
I completely deny it.
I'm quite surprised that you've deflected that.
No, I'm not deflecting that. I said in the very outset, I deny it is scandalous. It is absolutely wrong. It is baseless. It is an alibi of, what should I say? I could least expected this from a Congress spokesperson. They said the same thing. Let me remind him. They said the same thing in Madhya Pradesh,
Mr.
in Chhattisgarh, and the voters rejected them.
Is your attempt to raise the issue of an onion conspiracy? Are you raising the question of an onion conspiracy because you realize that you have been, you know, price rise is a huge issue in Delhi?
And
it's a huge issue across the entire country. It's become a national issue.
Mr. Surjewala needs to know that the biggest production comes from Nasik, where their government rules in Maharashtra.
Can I ask a question?
Nasik is the...
I only pointed out a fact. I also did mention Maharashtra. I want to point out to respected Ravi Shankarji, I did point out the state of Maharashtra. I only pointed out one fact, and that was very simple. That the onion, potato and tomato prices, which have affected elections in Delhi, which have affected elections, please have the patience to, you always have the patience to hear the answer, please have the patience. Two major states, we have gone through this debate earlier, the state of Maharashtra, the state of Madhya Pradesh,